All right, all right, all right. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Tell a friend. All black everything. We back again. Yeah. Think it's like they trace many streams. You know the links. Like and share, subscribe, and thumbs up like you're hitchhiking. And we get it in. Back with the power of now. Sharing this information, dropping it in spurts. We're just doing our best to, you know, share some enlightenment. You know it, you know it. If you don't, here you go. It's a jewel. Just pick it up. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Obviously, go ahead and do your own research. So we just out now. Eckhart Tolle. Right where we left off, talking about the ego. Gotta kill that ego. Not your amigo. It continues. It says, once you have this identified from your mind, whether you are right or wrong makes no difference to your sense of self at all. So the forcefully compulsive and deeply unconscious need to be right, which is a form of violence, will no longer be there. Eliminated. I tell you what, it's a liberating feeling. Liberation, true liberation. You can state clearly and firmly how you feel or what you think, but there will be no aggressiveness or defensiveness about it. Not at all. Your sense of self is then derived from a deeper and truer place within yourself, not from the mind. Watch out for any kind of defensiveness within yourself. What are you defending? Ask yourself. When you start to feel some sort of way about what someone else does or says, what are you defending? Mm, it's deep. What are you defending? An illusory identity, an image in your mind, a fictitious entity. By making this pattern conscious, by witnessing it, you disidentify from it. In the light of your consciousness, the unconscious pattern will then quickly dissolve. This is the end of all arguments and power games. And it just ended straight like that, which are so corrosive to relationships. Power over others is weakness disguised as strength. True power is within, and it's available to you now. I'm gonna say that one more time because that's beautiful right there. Listen, power over others is weakness disguised as strength. The true power is within, and it is available to you right now. Mm, gotta understand it. So, anyone who is identified with their mind and therefore disconnected from their true power, their deeper self rooted in being, will have fear as their constant companion. The number of people who have gone beyond mind is as yet extremely small. Excuse me. So you can assume that virtually everyone you meet or know lives in a state of fear. Only the intensity of it varies. It fluctuates between anxiety and dread at one end of the scale and a vague unease and distant sense of threat at the other. Most people become conscious of it only when it takes on one of its more acute forms. The ego's search for wholeness. Watch this. Another aspect of the emotional pain that is an intrinsic part of the egoic mind is a deep seated sense of lack or incompleteness of not being whole. In some people, this is consciousness, in others, unconscious. Excuse me, this is conscious, in others, unconscious. If it is conscious, it manifests as the unsettling and constant feeling of not being worthy or good enough. If it is unconscious, it would only be felt indirectly as an intense craving, wanting, and needing. In either case, people will often enter into a compulsive pursuit of ego gratification and things to identify with in order to fill this hole they feel within. Working for love in all the wrong place. Stop doing it to yourself. Don't create the suffering. So they strive after possessions, money, success, power, recognition, or a special relationship, basically so that they can feel better about themselves. Come about them feelings. Use their feelings for and emotions for what they use, supposed to use for. And when they're not, let it go. But even when they attain all these things, they soon find that they can't that hole is still there, that it is bottomless. Then they are really in trouble because they cannot delude themselves anymore. Well, they can and do, but it gets more difficult. As long as the egoic mind is running your life, you cannot truly be at ease. You cannot be at peace or fulfilled except for brief intervals when you obtained what you wanted, when a craving has just been fulfilled. Since the ego is a derived sense of self, it needs to identify with external things. It needs to be both defended and fed constantly. The most common ego identifications have to do with possessions, the work you do, social status and recognition, knowledge and education, physical appearance, special abilities, relationships, personal and family history, belief systems, and often also political, nationalistic, racial, religious, and other collective identifications. None of these is you. You understand? None of these is you, just identifiers. You got to go deep within and see who you are. You know what I'm saying? And then you can express that and allow others to, you know, enjoy and experience. Do you find this frightening or is it a relief to know this? All of these things you will have to relinquish sooner or later. You know that, right? It's all temporary, all of it. Yeah, all the money you got, all them cars, all the monies, all the cars, all the houses, watches, jewelry, it's all temporary. Don't get attached. Perhaps you find it as yet hard to believe, and I'm certainly not asking you to believe that your identity cannot be found in any of those things. You will know the truth for yourself. You will know it at the latest when you feel death approaching. Death is a stripping away of all that is not you. The secret of life is to die before you die and find that there is no death. One more time. The secret of life is to die before you die and to find out that there is no death. One more time for the road. The secret to life is to die before you die and find that there is no death. Stop being fearful. Once you understand that, you can just live the way you choose to, not the way someone else wants you to. And then we can turn around all this fuckery that's going on in the world. Because it's time. Waking and shaking them up. We waking and shaking them up. The power of now. We're going to be right back to it. Right where we leaving off. Let me see to make sure. Don't forget, gotta come back to it. We're gonna get to the moving deeply into the now. Stay present, y'all. Stay present. Stop living in the future. Stop living in the past. Do your thing. Don't be judgmental. Don't take things personally. You know, do your best. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Don't make assumptions because it makes both you and the receiver look like a what? Asshole. That's right. That's the saying, at least. The power of now, y'all. All black everything, think it's flight. Big dreams, many streams. Like you said, subscribe it. Thumbs up like you're hitchhiking. Let's go. Peace and love. Appreciate y'all. We growing, y'all. And it's getting deeper, more fun. Yes, it is.